What is up, gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode on the channel. So glad to have you guys back. And on today's episode, I'll be looking at and running you guys through my mental framework for success in life and in business. And ultimately, this is going to be a practical how-to guide on how to structure your life to actually guarantee the successes that you wish to have. And one thing that it's important to note before we get into this episode is we need to reframe what it means to achieve success, because success is just the act of fulfilling one's desired intentions as we work towards a larger and loftier goals in life. Success can be basic and can be small, and each person has their own definition of success. There's three key virtues that I want to highlight that you guys should all be extremely cognizant of when looking at your successes in life. This is going to be grit, discipline, and ultimately having and maintaining a growth mindset throughout the entire process. So what is this mental framework for success and setting yourself up for success? Well, number one is going to be to be intentional about setting up realistic goals that you wish to achieve on your path to success. You cannot go to where you wish to go if you don't know where you're headed. So the first thing is define your desired outcome. If your desired outcome is to build a small freelancing business as a fashion designer, and your intention is to generate $5,000 a month, well, you need to set that as the desired intention. The second thing that you need to do here is to set up key milestones behind getting there. These can be things like, okay, in order to achieve $5,000 a month, I need to have a service offering. What is my service offering? My service offering is that I'll provide a tech bag design service. How much am I charging for this? I might be charging $400 for this tech bag design service. Amazing. Let's reverse engineer this. With $400, how many customers or how many sales a month do I need to make in order to be able to generate that $5,000 a month? Then you can look at, okay, I might need approximately 12 sales a month in order to generate that desired income level. Cool, 12 sales a month. That's one sale every other day. How am I reaching my customers? Well, I'm reaching my customers through social media. How do I reach them through social media? I will reach them through Instagram by creating content. What types of content should I create in order to encourage customers to come towards me? So you see how the act of thinking rationally about your goals starts with actually setting up that goddamn goal and then setting up into key milestones in order to be able to tackle each of these milestones. What so many people do that really just drives me crazy is that they set these lofty goals, but they really plot out no roadmap of how to get there. They say, I want to be a successful freelancer. I want to make $1 million or whatever it is. I want to buy a Ferrari or whatever it is that floats your specific boat. You may have desired or you may have set your intentional goal, but without having key milestones for getting there and without actually being intentional about how you're going to get there, you're setting yourself up for failure. And this is what so many people do. They create these lofty goals, and then because they don't achieve it, they tell themselves that, sure, I was never going to achieve it anyway. It's just out of my league. And they almost put this idea up on the pedestal of success, and they make success the boogeyman, and they just generalize and they optimize for why they couldn't do it. And they just feel better about themselves, and they're just in this endless cycle of being intentional about wanting something, but not setting intentions about how to get there and what are the metrics by which to measure how they get there, which is why I specifically mentioned a financial target. Number two on the road to consistently implementing a growth mindset. A growth mindset is essentially that of always wanting to learn, and learning comes in all areas. Learning comes in new topics that you have no previous exposure to. So you read books, you ask mentors, you watch videos. Learning comes in learning from these setbacks, the failures that are inevitably going to arise in life. Learning comes from personal experiences, comes from actual hunger for knowledge, for going out there, for seeking, for asking questions. So he who has no intention to learn has no way of moving forward in life. Even if you're a successful entrepreneur, you're going to find yourself in a position where everything that you have once learned will no longer serve you to continuously grow in your desired path. Learning allows you the foresight and sort of the forward vision in order to continuously plot your path forward. And he who stops learning is someone who's going to stagnate. And if you're stagnating, especially in business, you'll find others who are hungry and willing to learn and willing to put in the effort and willing to evaluate themselves every single day who will eventually surpass you. So just because you're at a position in life that is comfortable, the lack of that growth mindset will eventually put you in a position where you're no longer growing the way that you need to grow. Please try to understand that what got you here today will not get you to where you need to go tomorrow. Also, failure is an inevitable part of any journey towards any desired success. To assume that the path ahead is going to be straight and is going to be direct Well, you're a fool for thinking that. You're going to face failure. And failure can do two things. It can either dishearten you or it can embolden you. It can tell you that the path that you're on is the right path, but you're just not there yet. So what do you need to do to adjust your aim in order to achieve your desired results? Maybe you need to change something in you. Maybe you need to change something in the team around you. Maybe your service offering is not strong enough. Maybe the price is too high. Maybe whatever it is that is going wrong is trying to tell you what to fix. It's like an engine light going off. Well, if the engine light is going off, don't assume the tire pressure is off. Assume that there's something wrong with the engine. Learn from the flashing red light that is in front of you in terms of what you need to correct in order to move forward. Number 3, and probably most importantly, and this is something that I've personally seen in my life, is develop a daily routine. And honestly, this is why I've done a separate, complete video in the past that you guys should definitely check out on how to structure the perfect daily routine, because I believe in daily routines. They say idle hands are the work of the devil, and there's a reason for that. When you have nothing structured in front of you, you'll find yourself with too much time in your hands. And what happens is, with too much time that is unstructured, we just lose track. We pour it into things that are not conducive to our success. Maybe we waste time with friends. Maybe we waste time on social media. Maybe we just waste time dilly-dallying on the things that don't matter in the grand scheme of things. Have a daily routine that's going to set each part of your day to give you the desired results. So there's a very well-known Stoic saying that says, don't plan for the day you want. Have the day that you've originally planned for. So create a plan that will give you the day you want. Don't hope for the day you want. Structure your life in a way that allows you to wake up at a certain time, that makes you go into the gym at a certain time, that has you take care of your body at a certain time, that has you eat specific foods, has you get into the office at a specific time, has you communicate with family at a specific time. By structuring your day and checking off the boxes, you make sure that at the end of the day, you've done everything you needed to do and that you've held nothing back. And this is the power of a daily routine. And this is the power of knowing every single day what you wish to achieve and how you're going to get there. Well, guys, that is it. That is a wrap on this episode. If I was to leave you with anything in this episode, is take actionable steps. And the actionable step that I want for you is, for the next month, for the month of March, set one goal that you wish to achieve. Don't make it too crazy. Don't make it too lofty. It could be something as simple as, I want to post on Instagram once a day about my freelancing business. From there, track your progress. Set key milestones. You could say, I'm going to post 15 times this month, and I'm going to make sure that the posts are of this specific quality. From there, understand that you need to build up a daily routine in order to be able to achieve those goals. So if you're someone that works at a specific hour, so you work from this time to this time, you cannot tell yourself, sure, I'll get around to it when I get around to it. No, you'll say, at exactly 7 p.m. every day after I finish dinner or after I get home, I will sit down for an hour and I'll draw and I'll export and I'll make sure to post at this specific time. And I'll do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Amazing. Now you set a daily routine. And then understand that on the days that you will eventually have a setback, you may not be able to draw on that Wednesday. Well, catch up for it on that Thursday. Understand that that setback is trying to teach you something about yourself. It's trying to tell you that, number one, nothing that you wish to go as planned is going to go as planned. So in these times of setback, don't let everything crumble. Don't let the house of cards that you're building crumble with the slightest gust of wind. Learn from that setback and use it to become stronger, to become more disciplined, and ultimately along the way, celebrate your defeats just as much as you would celebrate your successes, and vice versa. And last but not least, develop your grit, your discipline, and your self-control, and watch yourself grow towards the successes you wish to have in your life. Guys, from the very bottom of my heart, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Shadi TV. Until next time, we'll speak soon.